question concerning the color. You see the first wine, it's much more clear. This is typical from a Pinot Blanc. In general, my wine has not a lot of color at the beginning. The second wine, the second white wine in the glass, when you see it's a little more yellow, there's a little more brighter color. Why? This is typical the character of the grape variety. The second wine is a Pinot Gris. Pinot Gris, it was for 10 years, it was a Tokay in Alsace. The name was Tokay Pinot Gris, now it's Pinot Gris. It was a long story, because in the Middle Age we have a seigneur, he fights the Muslims, pushes them to Hungary, and brings some plants. It was in the 16th century. And Alsace, in my village, we have the tradition from the Pinot Gris, from the Tokay. But in reality, it's not completely right. When he returned to Alsace, he stopped in Burgundy, because what he brings with him is all burned, and he brings some Pinot Bureau. And the Pinot Gris is a Pinot Bureau from Burgundy. And what is a Pinot Bureau? Pinot Bureau, it's at the beginning, it's a Pinot Noir. It's a genetical mutation of the Pinot Noir. It's not a spontaneous mutation, it's because the Pinot Noir has a yellow color, and the color is not so stable. And he moved, one part of the Pinot Noir continued to be a Pinot Noir, and one part moved to the Pinot Gris. And it's, when you see, I bring some picture with me, if you want to have a look, you will see the Pinot Gris has a dark color, a little violet, not completely like this, but violet. It's a grape, it's a berries with a colorated skin, but with a yellow, with a white juice. And this is a reason Pinot Gris in general has a little more color in comparison to Pinot Gris. If somebody wants to have a look, you can see. It's a very old grape, as I say to you, very popular in Alsace. Young people love this kind of wine because it's a consensual wine. That means, especially when you have some young people, when you have some girls with, they love this kind of wine because it has not too much acidity. It has a lovely perfumed fruit, typical the smoked aroma, a little typical, a little this crushed stone, a little pineapple, a little apricots, a lovely food, a little cooked food. That's typical Pinot Gris. It has a nice creamy texture, nice structure, and it's a wine. When you just want to open a bottle, you can start it with the Pinot Gris and continue all your kind of meat with the same wine. Because it's perfect wine, it's a perfect wine to serve with some rich flavored food, like white meat with a creamy sauce, with mushroom. So I think it's a lovely wine, especially with sour and sweet cuisine. We in Alsace, we have some Morocco food with some tagine. This is perfect. You have more this Malay food with Thai food. This is perfect because it has a richness and to support this kind of flavored food. It's perfect with some chili, some coconuts. You can serve with some porks, with different kind of white meat, poultry or so. It's a very interesting wine. Or it's a wine you can drink for himself because it's a lovely summer wine too. This wine is not completely dry. It has a small, what we mean, residual sugar. It's not because we added sugar. We don't chaptalize our estate since 20 years. We don't added nothing. Irrigation is not allowed in Alsace. It's a classic way. Why we have a little sweetness, a little softness? It's because the wine don't ferment it completely at the end. And the sweetness is like the tannin from a red wine. For example, when you buy a Lynch batch, a Pauillac, for example, at the beginning, the tannin are a little strong. After a few years, tannin gets softer, are integrated in the structure. And the sugar is the same. At the beginning you have a little more softness, and after a few years, wine tastes much more drier, and you get much more this typical flavor. This is a wine, it's a baby. 10, 15 years aging is not a problem for this kind of wine. And one thing is really important. You can let open my wine 5, 6, 7 days. It's not a problem. It's very stable because it's not a lot of pumping, it's not a lot of mashing, picking. It's a lot of energy in this wine. And in general, it's much better in 1 hour in the glass because you need time to be completely ready. The two first wine we serve in screw cups. We were the first in Alsace to start with screw cups, 04 vintage, because for two reasons. We think it's better for the wine, because first we have no problem with cork, because more and more you have some problem with cork smell of a cork, yeah, defect. The second thing, we can work with a little less sulfites. Sulfites is against oxidation, and with the screw caps we reduce, we are more in a reductive way, and we work a little less, and this is perfect for the body. And the third thing, for aging 10-15 years, I don't speak for very long aging, but 10-15 years, the aging is much more regular. We taste a lot of wine. Screw caps we have for a long time. For example, in Switzerland, they have screw caps in 30 years in our wine, more than 30 years. It's not something new, and we have experience about this. When you have a 6 bottle of wine in cork and 6 bottle of wine in screw caps, you let it 10 years, you have much more big difference between the cork when you open the 6 bottles, but between the screw caps. The evolution, it's much more, not more quickly, but unconstant. It's depend of the cork. Some corks can have a preserve perfect against oxidation, and some cork are defect, and you can get some problem. With the screw caps, it's much more easy. We don't use screw caps actually of our Grand Cru wine, of our top wine. Why? Because in France, people think it's a cheaper wine, it's an inexpensive wine, and sommelier in top restaurant wants not work with screw caps. That's the reason for the top wine we continue to use. But for the main market, in all parts of the world, people understand this, and it's no problem. I sell a lot of top restaurants in New York. They serve on the glass, and screw caps is perfect because for the sommelier it's perfect to serve. Cork, sometimes they have a cork problem. It's more difficult to change the bottle.